White Sox, White Sox, White Sox. Well,
White Sox winner today.
Yeah,
7-4 finally.
Yeah, thank God this was a 5-game series. So instead of a split, they could say they won a series against a team with two players over 30 years old. Barely Major League Baseball played amongst them, but somehow the Sox struggled to win the series.
You had an offensive explosion today, though. 7 full runs.
Well, we're going to talk about that in an effort for everyone listening and for those few who might be viewing. I have broken this segment, and I'm going to continue to do this in an effort to sort of like streamline a little bit. I've got 5 key points from the week. Could be
Christ.
5 one week, could be 3 another week. The Sox are very busy. Could be 2 maybe another week. Who knows? But when we last left you, the Yankees were coming into town, and the Sox were looking like they were trending upward. And then we got a dose of reality of what a playoff team and a true contender really plays like. They also, as they say, it's not always, the Sox went in and swept in Boston, and Boston is going bad right now. Might not be the same situation when they face them again. So it's not always who you play; it's when you play them. Yankees have started out red hot, but there are a lot of interesting things that happen. So I broke it down. I broke this segment down to 5 bullet points, and of course, a very interesting. Smitty and I actually shared this together. Very interesting sexual harassment this week. So. Not sexual harassment, a very interesting Sox type thing this week.
Type thing. Okay.
At the end of the segment. So,
okay.
Yeah, the number one thing, and it came to a head yesterday, is the anemic White Sox offense, and it also falls under our newest segment, panic or patience, and you got to panic a little. You got to panic a little when earlier in the week it came out that they dropped below the Cincinnati Reds, who obviously are trending upward, who are 8-4 in their last 12. We couldn't even get our Reds on Fire segment off the ground. They heard and they delivered.
You're behind the Reds in OPS. Is that what it is? Or
yeah, we had dropped behind them in OPS. Yes, very, very, very. Very shameful, but maybe we're ahead of them after today. But let's get to it. Let's get to. I pulled out some key stats. Very interesting. I'm panicking because they see the third fewest pitches in the league. They may move to fourth fewest pitches in the league after today because of apparently a meeting that had to finally happen yesterday and this morning, but more on that in a minute. But
I have some questions about that too.
There are trends that still say I shouldn't panic. Their expected OPS is 462.
Are you talking about slugging percentage or OPS?
Yeah. I'm sorry. Expected slugging percentage is 462.
Got it.
Sorry, said the wrong stat. They're 5th best in contact. I said that, but they're also 3rd worst in chase rate at 31.2%. So they're like, when the ball's in the zone, they make decent contact, but obviously they're hitting it at people. On the chase rate, on the flip side of that, they hit those 57.7% of the time, which is why there's never anyone on fucking base for them. What does all this mean?
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what it all means. The Dodgers are a league best at 23.1 chase rate, and the league average is 28.2. So the Sox are 3% above. They're 3% worse than the average team in the league in chase rate. So, like, these are things that need to be corrected by being more patient at the plate. Through 34 games, this stat was as of May 17th, the Sox had walked 55 less times this year than they had the year prior, which is why they are scoring so few runs in games, because there's no one on base. I mean, they have 59% of their home runs are solo home runs. No one's on base because no one's working the counts.
Yeah.
Finally, after 37 games, Tony La Russa has seen enough. He called a meeting specifically to talk to his hitting instructors, to talk to Frank and his assistant about what are we going to do to fix this. Now,
Why?
the way that
Can I ask a
NBC
question to
the
start
way
this,
that
at
NBC
least?
Sports worded it on their Twitter was as if they don't meet every day.
Yeah, that was my question.
Yeah. But
He called a meeting yesterday, finally.
yeah, but there's always stuff in the news about how he meets with the coaching staff every day.
Well, I mean, what else do they do besides meet? I mean,
Right. That's all they have to do. They sit around for 8 hours before a game.
how is this different last night?
Well, I think he finally said, guys, we gotta do something to correct this. I don't know. You're not doing your jobs, basically, is my guess. I'm not there. I can only assume.
I just thought that story was bizarre. I mean,
yeah, I felt like the way NBC Sports worded it on the tweet made it sound like this is the first meeting they've had all year about hitting.
Correct, but we can't decipher what is different, even if they've been meeting every day. What is different now? So,
maybe
that's why the whole story is bizarre to me. But
yeah, I mean, I could see it maybe being back to panic or patience. Like patient, the guys are going to come around, and then finally Tony's like, guys, we're 55 less walks than we had last season. They're swinging at pitches out of the zone at an above average rate of baseball. We've got to tell them, wait for your pitch. And, if you strike out waiting for your pitch, then at least, we saw more pitches from the pitcher. Because if you strike out after seeing 5 or 6 pitches, it's not a total loss. If you strike out on 3 pitches, I consider that a total loss to me. Or if you put a shitty ball in play, they still continue to lead the league in ground balls. And even today, there's 1 home run. Everything else were singles and some balls were hit in the air, but most of the hits they had today were hits through the infield, hard hit balls through the infield. So anyway, Tony then, I don't know if you had heard this, Tony met with them this morning.
2 meetings.
Wow. He had a meeting with the players this morning. And suddenly Tim Anderson did not swing at the first pitch today. His first at bat drew a walk. His second at bat drew a walk.
I don't think the first pitches he saw were even close to the zone, though. So I'm not sure
it doesn't always
triumph, but
yeah, it doesn't always matter though. With Tim's a free swinger up there. Right. He sits on first pitch fastball, and for some reason, teams continue to throw him first pitch fastballs that he normally tattoos into the outfield. So it's a strange thing. I don't know why you wouldn't throw him a slider off the plate, which he tends to think is a fastball and swings at it, but whatever.
Things worked out for Tim today. So
things worked out for the team today. They worked a ton of counts. They walked, well, it was 5 times last I heard, and probably it may have been more than that by the end of the day. They had only walked 87 times the entire season going into this game. So they're probably nearing 10% of their walk total in one game. It's just like it was crazy. They really worked counts, got the starter out of there in 4 innings, and I'm hopeful that this isn't a 1-game trend. And to your point on those pitches to Tim, the guy on the mound wasn't the best guy on the mound today, so it was a lot easy probably to lay off pitches. The question is, as they go to Yankee Stadium this weekend, playing the Kansas City Royals is a lot different than playing the New York Yankees. And when you've got better pitchers, are they going to be as patient, or are they going to start pressing again? So
did we establish if you are panicking?
I'm still panicked. I'm not going to take 1 game in Kansas City as oh my God, I'm saved. I tell you what, though, I'm in a lot better mood with you tonight because it was a win.
Jesus, this is why I was hoping they'd lose today, so you'd calm the fuck down. But
I'm just in a good mood because they won.
Congratulations.
I'm not making any crazy declarations. All right.
Word Hole Media.